In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do some redistribution on a Juniper router. As a matter of fact, the red router here is a Juniper router that I have configured with BGP, and it has a neighborship with R20 here, which is a Cisco router, and also an OSPF neighborship with R21 here, which is a Cisco router as well. I'm going to show you the configuration in a second, but my point here is what I'm going to do is to redistribute the routes between OSPF and then inject it into here, into R20, BGP rather, and also this from BGP into OSPF. And also I have a loopback interface here on R3, which I'm going to be able to reach to that from R20. So let's open the terminal here on R20, which is down there. What I'm going to do is to say show IP protocol. You can see that the only protocol that I have right now is BGP 65000, and if I just say show IP BGP summary, it says that I am neighbor with 10.3.23, which is going to be router 3. And on router 3, which is this one, if I just say show BGP summary, run show of course because I am in configuration mode, run show BGP summary, you can see that it says that I am neighbor with router 20, and also I have received 2 routes from there, which means that if I say run show BGP, run show route protocol BGP, it says that I have received this 2020, which is the loopback interface on R20. And if I try to ping that, of course, again, I have to go with run ping. It says that it is accessible. Now on R20, if I just say show IP BGP, I have not received anything from the other side. I don't have any access to the loopback interface of router 3. And if I just say show IP route, you see that in my routing table I have nothing from the other side. This means that if I try to ping 3333, this is not going to be successful. Also, on router 21, I have some routes which, for example, 21 is a connected one, a loopback interface, and I have no access to that on R20 based on what you see. So redistribution is something important in this case. For redistribution on Juniper routers, we have to go with 2 commands. One of them is going to be a policy statement. In this policy statement, we are going to say what protocol we are choosing from, and then what are we going to do. And the next statement, the next command is going to be which is exporting. What protocol is exporting, or into what protocol we are trying to export. So let's do this, and when I do it, you can understand it much better. So if I just go to configuration mode, which I am right now, what I'm going to say is, first of all, I'm going to say set policy options. It is easier to go under policy options and then do the configuration from here. This is a hierarchical mode, which you can easily just figure out what you need to do there. But what I'm trying to do is to set policy statement. As you can see, we have policy statement here. And this policy statement, which I'm going to name it into BGP, or we can just say redis into BGP. That is going to be easier. Redistribute into BGP. What I'm going to do is to define a term. The term is number 1, sequence number 1. And after that, what I'm going to say is I'm trying to select protocol term 1 from protocol, of course, from protocol OSPF. I'm just selecting this. This means that everything from OSPF is going to be collected and then is going to be exported. The next protocol which I'm going to use, like I said, is some connected routes. Now on Juniper, instead of saying connected, we say direct. So I say direct is going to be selected. This means that the loopback interface on this router is going to be selected here. You can go with direct, and after that you can see that there is a filter that you can use. You see prefix list and route filter, and also you can just select the interface itself. For example, if you want to advertise only one interface IP address, that would be the choice. Or if you want to select a specific route from your routing table, which again, connected routes are also in routing table, you can go with route filter. But I'm going to select all the routes, all the connected routes, which is going to be okay. Because we are just advertising almost everything, that is something acceptable. Now that I have selected what protocol I am using, then I need to say what I'm going to do with that. So after term 1, I need to say then accept, which means that anything that I have said in term 1, I'm going to accept it. I'm not denying anything. Now that I have selected this, the next step is going to be to set the protocol export. I'm going to export it into BGP. So I'm going to say exit from here. I'm going to say set protocols, and the protocol which I am trying to send everything inside is BGP. Now, if you have a group, you can add a group. If you want to add it to every BGP neighbor, then you don't need to go with a group. In my case, I'm going to send it to every BGP neighbor. So I'm just going to say export. And what I have is redis into BGP. So I hit enter, and I'm going to commit the configuration. So this is a one-way configuration. What I'm trying to do is to go with another term, and I'm going to export into OSPF as well. But for now, let's see what the result is. On R20, which is down here, I'm going to see if I have received 3333, and also because I have exported advertised OSPF, I need to see 21212121 as well. So I go back to R20, and I'm going to say show IP route, and as you can see, I have 21212121, and I have 3333. So connecting to the pinging this one is going to be easy, I guess. If I just say ping 3333, that is possible. If I just try to source it from my loopback 0, because I have advertised my loopback 0 into BGP, that is possible. What about this one, 21212121? If I just say ping 21212121, and it says ping, not PNG, this is not a picture. Okay, you see that 21212121 is accessible, as a matter of fact, but we are not accessible to 21212121 because it doesn't know where we are. So we need to send some information into OSPF. So what I'm trying to do is to do this. I'm going to go back to here, and you see that term 1 is from protocol BGP, from protocol OSPF and direct. I'm going to create this term 2 from BGP. This means that I'm trying to send everything into OSPF from BGP. Now that I have done this, is that set policy statement. Oh, okay, I just forgot to say edit policy options, because I am not under this, and this command is not going to have everything. If you don't want to go under policy option, what you needed to do is to say set policy options, policy statement, then redist. So now that I have created this term 2, I'm going to say term 2 is going to be accepted. So I just say then accept and hit enter. And now again, I need to exit here, and I'm going to, or you just type top on that, and that it is going to exit you from that level of hierarchy. I'm going to say set protocols. This time I'm going to say OSPF, because I am exporting into OSPF. So I'm going to say export redist into BGP. So hit enter, and I'm going to say commit. I could have created a new redistribution policy, but that's okay. So if I just go to R21, and then try show IP route. Now you can see that I have 2020 here as an external route, which I have received it. Going back to R20, the ping now should be successful, even if I source it from my loopback 0. So you see that redistribution is a two-step process. You can create only one policy statement or multiple policy statement. I should have just renamed it redistribution, and the name might not be so explanatory, but again, because I was doing everything on the fly, I didn't really want to change everything. But you see that the redistribution is working just fine and everything is okay.